Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and welcome to Wednesday, which is stamping through my stash. So, what I do on Wednesdays is I ink up a stamp set that I haven't inked up yet. And I picked one from the annual catalog that might resonate with you today. I know that in the Netherlands, there's a cold flu virus that's going around, which is not unusual in the winter time, but it seems especially more vicious this year after we've all been isolated from COVID. So I thought it would be fun to make a get well card. We may as well do what needs to be done. So let's take a look. So here is the stamp set Speedy Recovery, and I think it's really nice, but like all stamp sets, you don't really know what you're going to get till you ink it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp every single stamp in here. There are 8. And then for the card, I'm going to use these fancy label dies. I think that's what they're called. Something fancy dies. Okay. And that's part of the something fancy stamp set. That is a new one out of the new occasions catalog. And it's a great one to get during celebration because you can get a free thing when you buy that bundle. So let's take a look. We are going to use the Stamparatus, which is a stamp positioning tool. It comes with 2 of these clear plates. It comes with 2 magnets. I put a piece of duct tape around it so that I can, that's handle. Now your magnets will go on the back here. And the second one, I don't know what I've done with my second one, goes here. You don't need to use 2 at a time. In fact, try not to because they're super strong magnets and they will crash each other. Okay, so that's not good. Sorry, I had to pause it for a minute. My UPS guy just dropped off my starter package for Europe. So I'm excited about that. This Pampered Stamper Europe is a real thing, and I'm excited about it. So if you want some good deals on your stamps and stamping supplies, either join my team or take advantage and place an order with Celebration. Now, just a disclaimer, I am still a Canadian demonstrator, okay? Never going to give that up. All right, ready to stamp. Time for distractions to be over. I have a piece of white cardstock, and what we're going to do is ink up a bunch of these things. So I'm just going to lay them on my paper. I'm a little out of breath from racing up and down the stairs. And this cup. Now I think the cup could be a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or it could be soup, because everyone knows that soup is good for you when you have a cold. There, okay, and the spoon. I think we should be able to get that in there. Okay, now we're going to close up the hinge, give it a good press, and it'll pick up all those stamps. See? And I'm going to stamp in navy, Night of Navy, only because it coordinates with my paper that I'm going to use later for my card. So, tap, tap, tap. There. Flip it over. Oops. Now, that's not good. See, this is why the hinge business, that handle, that's not always handy. So I'm giving it a good press. And let's have a look and see what happens. See how cool that is? This is a distinctive stamp, so you get these shades of color in there. I think it looks really cool. Okay, so now I don't know if I have room. I think I do. We have room for all the sayings. We'll take these off. First clean them. So we have this thing called the Stampin' Chamois. When you first get it, it's a very pale purple. But after lots of use, it looks like this. You just rinse it with water when you're done. At the end of your stamping day, just rinse it and squeeze it till it runs clear. So now we're going to take all of those off. And put these on. 1, 2, 3. And actually, this is the backing from the stickers from your stamp. You can just put your, here, let me just do that for a minute. And that way you know if you're missing any stamps. It's good for the brain too, right? This is like a, see, I'm already getting it wrong. Like those little wooden puzzles for children. This one gets me every time. There we go. Okay, so that's a handy little trick. And now we're going to do that one. This one. And then I'll probably tuck that into my stamp set just so that I have a vision, reminder of what they, oh, whoops, of what they look like. Now, the other good plan is that underneath this plate, you put your stamp set and then you've got a nice level surface for stamping. There we go. And here we have it. So here are all the stamps from that set. Well, you know, we don't need to keep it on the stamp apparatus. Look. So that looks great, doesn't it? Now I'm going to combine it with some paper from the annual catalog. And before the video, I actually looked up what it was called. And guess what? I have already forgotten. Let's see. It's called Sun Prints. Not Prince as in Prince and Princess, but Prints, P-R-I-N-T-S. Sun Prints. So what I was doing, take a peek. Let's look at that pretty paper for a minute. I cut a piece off already. And you know what? I don't think I've used anything. This is also new to my stash. So look how pretty it is. I've done a video with it. So with this paper, I've cut one strip off. That's 4 inches by 12. And it's just really beautiful paper. I'll show you the back side in a minute. Actually, you know what? I think that's the same one. But anyway, beautiful shades of blue. You've got some classic stuff. You've got some artsy stuff. Let's see. My pointer finger is the one that I got caught in the door, and it's finally kind of coming apart. It's kind of a bit of a useless fingertip right now. Oh, look, it even comes in Sahara sand. And this one. And then we'll take the whole thing and flip it over. And look, you have this side. So it's really pretty paper. Some nice neutrals. You could stamp on this paper. If you look carefully, it almost looks like there's a script in the background. It's really nice. This is great for like nautical or beachy scenes. I guess nautical and beachy could be the same thing. So there you have it. Beautiful paper. And we are going to use this one. Okay. So what I've done is I've already cut a piece that's 4 inches by 6 inches. So that's piece number 1. And then I'm using the large Memories and More card. So these are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So look, this goes perfectly. So that'll be the first thing we do. We'll adhere that. It's not a complicated card, but you know what? Cards do not have to be complicated in order to be beautiful or appreciated, okay? So don't stress yourself out always thinking that you have to make something that is complicated, because it's not true, especially when you have pretty paper to work with. So there we have that. Then I have stamped, actually, you know what? I had to do it on the other side. So look, I made a mistake. My stamp needed trimming. The edge got me over here. So I'm going to cut another one of these and show you a little trick, okay? Okay, so what I'm doing is I have this template. I've cut this out already and put it in here. This is a great use for the stamp apparatus. Now, here's the piece, but I want to stamp this on the top right corner. So I'm laying that in there, and then close it up. Then we're going to put our piece in here, and now we're going to ink this up. And you can see that it's been chopped. I've trimmed my stamp so that I don't get lines. See, that's really nice. Now I think it's a little bit light, so I'm going to ink it up one more time. And that's what's nice about the stamp apparatus. Well, I think I moved it a little bit. It's almost, but it's okay. You do have to make sure that your piece is tightly into the corner. It's almost double, but it's enough that it works. So I'm going to leave it. And so now we have our card. We have this. And then I have cut out some pieces. I've stamped them. I have my flowers. I have the cup. I have Kleenex box, tissue box. Kleenex is actually a name brand. And we're going to put them all on here. So I'm going to put that about there. And then I want to do something with the flowers yet to make them a little bit more pretty. Like that. And then what I like to do is I kind of like to make my arrangements to see how it's going to go. I know I want the Kleenex box. I want the cup. Like so. And then I thought it would be fun to add the flowers in here as well. And maybe that's pushing it, but you know, when you go to the hospital or whatever, you usually there's Kleenexes, there's a cup of drink, and there's some flowers. Excuse me, that's not done on purpose, but maybe this is important. I hope not. So we're going to leave this off to the side. And you know what? It looks nice with just this as well. So maybe I'm doing too much, but I want to show you something. So I noticed this was where I got the idea. This is an old type of ink pad. I had squished the ink into the ink pad already. So you just go like that and you press, and then that squeezes ink into the ink pad. And now we're going to take a blender pen, which is like a naked marker. And it looks like I've used this with white. I'm going to do the other tip. I used it with white craft ink once, and that does change things. So let's see. We're going to pick up a little ink, and I'm going to color my flowers. And just, if I keep going, you'll see that it gets lighter. And if I pick up more, it's going to be darker. But it's really nice because with blender pens, you don't need markers. You can just, well, that's leaves. I don't know. When you do a tone on tone, and everything is blue, right? Including the leaves, not just the flowers. So, anyway, I thought someone had said to me that they had never seen blender pens and didn't know what they were. So I thought, oh, this is a good thing to show you. And if you don't re-ink and you just keep going, you'll get lighter colors. And you can go in later and add, so you get variation. See, I can go in and make the dark middle a bit darker. See? So anyway, you get the idea of how it works. And it actually looks quite nice. The tone on tone is a beautiful technique. See, now I'm just going even faster. You don't have to be too particular either. Don't sweat the small stuff. And it's all small stuff. I heard that once, which maybe isn't completely true. They're really light heart. Okay, so let's put this together. So I'm going to just put in some adhesive on the one side of that Kleenex box, of that tissue box, so that if I need to, I can tuck something underneath the other side. So that's my little trick there. And then I'm going to pop up the cup here. We go up like so. Pop up the cup with some dimensionals. And then you've got a pretty simple card. The paper makes it. I just cut these out while I was watching a video here. And then we'll put some adhesive on the back of these flowers. And we'll do that. Tuck them under a little bit. I might even go all the way. There. How cute is that? There we go. There we have it. Now, I should maybe tuck them up a little bit more. Well, no. The envelope usually gives you a little bit of wiggle room for something to extend past the edge of your card. You could add a few gems if you wanted to. Oops. And then in the inside, I'm going to put my little vase that I have left over. And that's cute. And then maybe we'll stamp sending well wishes your way. There. How cute is that? Okay. Let's see. I'm here for you. That's also nice. Yeah. You know what? We won't use the Stamparatus. It's always a bit of a gamble. But you know, you can just use your blocks as well. Tap, tap, tap. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to give a 5-second. There. I'm here for you. So that's our card for today. It was super simple, but I love the tone on tone. And here's the stamp set. So that was Stamping Through My Stash. If you want to order with me, I will have the links below in the description so that you can shop with me, and also a link for Canadian store. That'll be all the specific links, and then a generic link if you want to shop with me in Europe or join my team. So thanks, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a super day. I also hope that if you haven't already, click the little red subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner, and then you won't miss any videos from me. All right. Thanks. Bye.